There's a popular saying that goes, live by the gun, die by the gun. This saying teaches us that the lifestyles we choose to live can often have unintended yet predictable outcomes. The subjects of today's video would come face to face with this lesson. In today's video, we'll be telling the stories of 3 rappers that died while in the act of trying to kill another person. But before we get into the video, please be sure to like and subscribe.
I just know Bloodhound. That's all I know. I don't know the other 2 right there. Big Bucks Elo. I don't know who that is. We're gonna find out.
Big Bucks Elo, real name Elijah McKinney, was from St. Louis, Missouri. Similar to cities like Chicago, Philadelphia, and New Orleans, murder is commonplace in St. Louis. According to CBS News, it's the 2nd most dangerous city in America. St. Louis has heavy gang activity going on, and Elo was involved. He was a member of a gang called Big Bucks. Big Bucks primarily consists of 6 Deuce Crips, and they reside on Solway Avenue in North St. Louis. Elo was known for allegedly being a top shooter in his crew and was thirsty to go after his opposition. St. Louis, similar to many cities with heavy gang activity, contained many gang members that also rapped. Elo was a drill rapper, and his songs primarily served as disses to his ops and described his life in the streets. One of Big Buck's main ops is another crew called The Six. On December 5th, 2016,
I just want to add on, like, St. Louis is a city that you don't want to play with. I had some homies from St. Louis when I was in college, and I heard a lot about St. Louis, man. St. Louis ain't one of them cities, man. If you go to St. Louis thinking it's that, you will get your ass spanked. I don't know what's going on in St. Louis. I don't know what's going on in goddamn. I kind of know what's going on in Chicago, but not for real. There's be a lot of weird shit. I don't know what's going on in New Orleans at all, but St. Louis is not the place to play.
Elo lost a close friend of his named Rookie, real name Damani H, who died as a result of a drive-by shooting. It's rumored that members of the Six were allegedly responsible for this. More specifically, a rapper from the Six named KB6. Years down the line, Elo would run into KB6 and would go on a wild mission to kill him in order to avenge Rookie. That mission would ultimately cost Elo his life.
To get to that breaking news we are covering for you in North St. Louis, police telling us several people have been shot and 3 of them have died. This happened just before 2 o'clock this afternoon in the Walnut Park West neighborhood.
On July 29th, 2020, Elo, his friend named Day Sav, real name Dejan Nearing, and another friend named J2Z, real name Joshua Emerson, were in a stolen car riding through the 5500 block of Floyd Avenue at about 1:40 p.m. Elo was the driver, Daysav was in the front passenger seat, and J2Z was in the back. As they were driving, they spotted KB. Upon spotting him, they opened fire, shooting him multiple times. Members of the Six were in the area and started shooting back at Elo and his crew, leading to a full-blown shootout. People who lived nearby told police they heard non-stop gunshots. During this shootout, both Elo, Daysav, and J2Z were all shot repeatedly. In the aftermath, KB, Elo, and Daysav were all pronounced dead at the scene. KB was just 22 years old, and Elo and Daysav were just 18 years old. J2Z, who was 17 at the time, was taken to the hospital and ultimately survived his injuries. The killers of Elo and Daysav weren't charged, most likely due to self-defense. J2Z was actually the one charged with all 3 murders. He was officially charged with 1 count of first-degree murder for the death of KB and 2 counts of second-degree murder for the deaths of Elo and Daysav. Missouri law allows prosecutors to file murder charges if someone dies during the commission of a felony, even if the defendant did not directly cause the death. After 3 years, those charges were ultimately dismissed without prejudice, meaning they could possibly be filed again at a later date. The reason Jay's charges were dropped is because all of the possible witnesses refused to respond and show up to court. In the end, Elo achieved his goal of killing his bitter enemy, but suffered the ultimate consequence as a result.
It'd be like that, though. It'd definitely be like that.
Blumberg G's, real name Anthony Watson, was from North Philadelphia. He was a member of a set called Blumberg, also known as the Black Flags. The Black Flags primarily beef with Zoo Gang, Diamond Street, and Burke Street /2418. Blumberg G's would eventually start rapping and built a reputation for himself in the streets. Most of his songs were about killing his enemies. He was known for always being willing to go on a drill and never hesitating to fire his gun. This mentality would lead to Jeezy eventually getting charged with murder. On August 23, 2020, a rival gang member to Jeezy named Little Ranger, real name Hayward Garrison, was in the 2200 block of Diamond Street just after 1 a.m. when a gunman pulled up and opened fire. Little Ranger was struck, then he reportedly ran to the corner of Van Pelt and Diamond Street where he collapsed and was quickly picked up by a passing vehicle. While the car was driving to the hospital, the occupants flagged down a police cruiser that was responding to the shooting. Little Ranger was placed in the police car and taken to Temple Hospital, where he passed away just after 1:30 a.m. at just 16 years old. Blungberg Jeezy was allegedly the gunman in this incident. It is widely rumored that Little Ranger allegedly killed a Black Flag member named 40 earlier that year, and this is why Blungberg Jeezy allegedly killed him. Blungberg Jeezy was officially charged for the 2020 murder of Little Ranger in March of 2022, and he was placed on Philadelphia's most wanted list. Rather than turn himself in, Jeezy would go on the run. While on the run, he didn't keep a low profile. Similar to the rapper Take K, he continued to make music and post music videos on his YouTube channel despite the fact that he was on the most wanted list and the police were looking for him. Jeezy was on the run for over a year and was
I remember hearing about folks. I ain't gonna lie. One thing I do want to say, I didn't pause to talk about the previous guy because he was just, you feel me? He was wilding. But this guy was wilding too. Like, my thing, if you on the run and you know them people looking for you in your city, especially you wanted for murder and you got the most wanted list and all this shit, why are you still in the city? Why are you still in the biddy trying to do all this hot ass shit? That's just like the people that killed Fulio. Y'all still in the city, in the biddy, doing all this hot ass shit. Leave. I would have took a boat to Cuba. I'm trying to do something. I'm doing anything possible. I'm taking the Mississippi River all the way up to wherever it ends, and I'm finna set a new life right there. I'm just saying, like, y'all gotta start doing some new shit, because it's either death or jail. Especially when you that deep in the street shit. What else do you think is gonna happen?
Caught. Ultimately, the police would never get the chance to arrest him, as Jeezy would lose his life while attempting to kill one of his enemies. On May 31st, 2023, Jeezy was sliding on members of Zoo Gang in the 1800 block of North Woodstock Street just after 8:15 p.m. Once spotting some of his ops, gunfire erupted. In the aftermath, Jeezy was shot once in the head and was then rushed to Temple University Hospital. 4 hours later, he would succumb to his injuries and be officially pronounced dead at just 21 years old. Members of Zoo Gang would claim that they were the ones that killed Jeezy as he tried to slide on them, but members of the Black Flags and people online would claim that Jeezy was accidentally killed by friendly fire by the person he was sliding with. The truth of what happened has not yet been officially confirmed.
And that's the worst part about it all, bro. Sometimes you'll go on a hit with somebody, and this ain't the military. Y'all ain't trained. Y'all don't, you feel me? Niggas, shit happens, bro. Accidents happen, and people will hit you like you in a way, and you trying to duck dive, and you know what I mean? People are scared, and they ducking and shooting and all this crazy shit. You can get hit on accident. It happens a lot. It's a lot of cases of friendly fire, so I just don't want people to think just because you sliding with your homies that you can't accidentally get hit too.
Jeezy was wearing gloves and a mask when he died, so it was clear that he was on a drill when it happened.
Yep. Now we ain't even gotta watch, you feel me, the life and death of Bloodhound Jeff. We reacted so many videos on Bloodhound Jeff. RIP to everybody that passed away. RIP to Bloodhound Jeff. You feel me? We ain't gotta react to that again, but I just wanna say, you live by that gun, you're gonna die by that gun. The only way you're gonna stop dying by the gun is you change your life. But even then, sometimes it be too late because you be knee deep in the street shit. So I just wish that everybody get out that street shit and find a new hobby, find a new lane, because it's clearly not working for nobody. Like, if it's 100 people that's doing this and trying to rap, only 5 of y'all making it. That's a 95% death rate.